Welcome back to episode 19 of my journey back to 1000 ELO. So, because it's SAC week, I've had the opportunity to play a few games. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how previous games went, because if I made a video just for the games I've played this week, it would probably take me a week or two to get them all out. So, we're just going to recap at the end of this. But I wanted to finish out kind of the saga of the first day. So, here we go. This game is against Peace God 7. So, I'm white. I'm going to play the London. And I'm going to apologize at this point. I'm going to hopefully not be too sniffly, but allergies are super rough today. See that? I muted to clear my throat. Now I sound better. So, this is what I've been playing. This is the Jobava London. So we just develop our pieces normally. And honestly, one of the reasons I don't want to recap every single game is I've basically had, every time I've played with white, they've played the exact same setup, basically. And it always ends up with this gaping hole here that I really appreciate. So, oh, and that's a thing that I've been considering, is whether to do this pawn move first or this knight move. In the end, I don't know that it matters, other than, like, if they take here, my only option is to take with the queen. I don't know. That could be bad. I don't know. I haven't run into that being an issue. So, just developing. Getting my bishop out. Knight out. Hold a horse. What is this? Why? Because they can't take and I just spread out. Maybe I can do like some rook lifty stuff. I never contemplated that move. Let's see. Oh. So for no reason at all. Got it. Good. Okay. Back to what I did. One of the rules to learn early on is when you capture something, you usually want to capture with your lowest, like, scoring piece. So a pawn, yeah, not a piece, sorry. But you want to preserve your actual pieces for as long as possible. And generally, I follow that. My thought always is, just based on some stuff that I've learned, videos I've watched, this is really annoying to have a pawn here. And it's super easy to protect. I mean, it's already protected once, but when I move back and push that pawn, it's there. And I feel having a pawn here, something that if they want to trade or sacrifice for it, I'll do that. But I've always felt having a pawn there makes more sense. So I dropped back with the intention of, again, pushing this pawn. This attacks my knight, so I need to deal with that. And I don't think taking with the pawn is a bad move. Wow. Okay. That really... Okay. That's a 2-point swing. 1.5 point swing. Taking with the pawn. I thought taking with the pawn messed up my structure, but I don't know why I thought that in the moment, because that's actually an improvement on my structure. This leads to losing material. for the opponent. What? Hold on. So this is the best move. Here. Sorry. I'm thinking really hard. Oh, I shouldn't be. So it's protected. I was wondering why I even made that move. But this is a fairly common fork. For some reason it just didn't click because it's the morning. My brain is full of allergies, I guess. Sweet. So I took the bishop for free. I protected my knight. Move their queen forward. And I don't know what happened. Their brain broke. I've had moments like that, but we went from what? Almost plus 8 to plus 48.3. That base, I mean, escaping a checkmate would be pretty tough at this point. Can I play it out? What would he even do? I mean, I want to point this out too. This game, there was another game I talked about like this yesterday that freaked me out because this dude was just playing so fast. Over every move, he just blitzed out. And I didn't know how to handle it. And so I thought, oh man, this guy knows just what he's doing. He's got just a ironclad plan, and he is unloading it. Nope, I guess not. So I guess that move would probably be best just to escape me taking it. It's relatively difficult to protect the pawn immediately. So maybe a move like this. Oh, I didn't even see that. That's awesome. So this pawn is pinned to the king. So it can't even take me. This would actually be I assume this would be a really, really good move. So actually, oh man. That. And then I'd probably do something like this. Pinning the bishop. I don't even know what they do. Maybe this. Just so that the king has an escape square. Because I'm going to do this. And that would have been checkmate. So they can go there. But I mean, there's not much this guy can do. Uh-huh. And that's mate. So there was almost nothing. Oh no, sorry, mate in 2. Because he can block. And oh. All right, so this is just a test. Can I find how to do checkmate? None of those. Can't go there. Can't go there right now. We could go here. So I need a way of keeping this cut off while also cutting off this square. Oh. Yeah. That's mate. So, I mean, I was just on it at this point. Like, I was feeling it. I felt real good. All right. And what was that? That was 17 moves, 17 turns. So let's go to the next game. This is against Master Bora. I'm the black pieces, so of course, I always attempt the Karo Khan. And this is a weird, obnoxious version of the Karo Khan to play against. Or, I don't know how to verbally say some of the things, but this is the hillbilly attack that white is doing. Sorry for the sniffle. And it, to me, it doesn't look like it makes any sense because it's a fork of those pieces. And even if we get through, this has never happened in a game, but if they do that, I just win their bishop. So that never happens. In this game, he checked me after we did our trades in the center of the board. I popped that knight out. Now, this is a move that got me in trouble in one of the games I played yesterday. It really bummed me out. This is, I wasn't paying attention, and I don't think I'm going to cover that game at all. It's in my archive if you want to go find it, because you're an uber nerd. But this is a move that I'll rethink in the future. I don't remember exactly what was different. Maybe there was a pawn that didn't exist. I'll find the game and I'll put it in at the end, just because I want to show it, because that's how you learn. That's how you improve. So in this instance, I hope, and I'll probably do it at some point again, I hope not to bring the knight out here. I hope just to use the bishop, because using the bishop instead also attacks their bishop. So doing a move like this isn't going to work. They'll have to take or retreat somewhere else. So anyway, sorry. The interface on here is a little weird. So just developing normally. If you've watched any of the other videos, you've seen this quite a few times. So they just want me to try and trap the bishop. Makes sense to me. I always like getting rid of this knight. Knights just annoy me. So in this instance, generally, I'll just take. So I did. The one thing that is not great, that brings their queen into the game a little bit. But it is saying that was a bad move. Hold a horse. Oh, so they could just be up material. See, again, it's good to note, because I do this move order a lot, and this is generally here to pin. If he takes with his bishop, and then takes, that's rough. Ew. Okay. Well, I learned stuff. Good. So I'm just securing my center. Onwards we go. And I'm up a good amount right now. 2.5 points. No. Okay. Back down to almost none. Okay, so that's an unfortunate error. Okay, I get it. Show me. Show me what you want. Okay. And this structure I love. because once you get an actual piece right here, preferably a knight, that's not a real move, but if it could be, that's good stuff. I mean, to get it there, you'd go here. I mean, they could trade me, but I'd just take, and then hippity hop it over there. Not bad. All right, I see what you want. That also, you know, could trap the bishop if they play poorly, I suppose. Again, they just want... Okay, and now I push out. I didn't even notice this move for some reason. And I don't... At this point, it's not good either, because this rook is covering that pawn, but that's not a move I imagined at all. So it just wants me to pressure by moving my queen there. Makes sense. One moment. Okay, we're back. This is just a fork. So I trade for their bishop. And I contemplated this move just to protect this pawn. I just didn't feel like it was necessary. That pawn already felt protected. Here. Yeah. So we're just doing moves. This laser beams the king. And if I choose to move this knight somewhere, again, not here. That's a bad idea. But if I choose to move that knight somewhere, it's helpful because I can do some really ridiculous stuff. Like I could take here, kind of like in the last game. He can't take back. So lots of weird board vision stuff. He took, and I was over here. I was freaking out a little bit because, again, I always assume the other player knows exactly what they want to do. So him taking is a blunder. Me taking there. This is one of my favorite things, and I almost never see it, and I never get it to work. He can't move his queen because it's pinned. So I win his queen. He can't do anything. And he thought for 40 seconds on what to do. So, I mean, my king's a little open. I think probably getting this rook over would be a good choice. But, hey. And then again, at this point, I was like, oh no, this is not good. He's got his rooks lined up. He can attack me. But even if he does that, I can go here. And he can trade, but I'm up a queen, man. I'm feeling fine. So just don't worry about it. And I saw it. I saw that I could do it. And I want to get as much stuff open as possible. So I am just sacrificing pieces left and right. Not worried about too much right now. Let's see how long. So I thought for 20 seconds on this move. And generally, even if I see a move that's really, really good, I think, man, there's probably something he can do. There's a strategy. There's no strategy. He gave up a rook and walked himself into a check, which would lead to me taking this pawn. I mean, he would go here probably. I get this pawn. I still have two rooks. Once I get this pawn, I got no worries. Other than my king kind of open. So I'm bad at moving my king to a better place on the board. It's just something I'm not great at right now. This is the proposed line for the game. Mate in 7. Yeah, I definitely would have seen mate in 7. So anyway, what was my accuracy? 72. Not great. I was pretty astounded with this one. 88.8%. That is really good. So this is just an update on everything. These are all the games that I've played. We just watched Peace God. Did I do those out of order? I totally did. Sorry, everyone. Peace God. After the game with Peace God, I had 2 draws and then a loss. Pretty bummed out. I played a couple 5-5 games, so they don't count for this rating. Those are just where I go to wake my brain up, try a few games out, and mess with different openings as well. It's probably not the brightest idea, but I care mainly about my rapid rating, and rapid, again, is 10 minutes or longer. I think technically you can get into, like, I don't know if chess.com has classical, but Lee Chess does, and I think that's 20 minutes or over. Anyway, who cares? It doesn't matter. And then I played yesterday. In my video, talked about how tired I was. It went terribly. I think I ended up, what was my score at the end of this? 982. I was in a good spot. Played a game, lost it, went right down to 966. That was a weird noise, sorry. Won a game against a 1035. Woo-wee. Won a game against a 954. Heck yeah. Lost to 915. Who, yep, for sure. Lost to a 1059. That makes more sense, except both of these guys used to be like in the 13 or 1400s. So I hate it when that happens. That's not super fair. And then I beat someone who was 832. That never feels good. Here we go. This is the devastating game. This guy beat me very quickly. So I'm going to just walk it through because it's only like 12 moves. I got destroyed. And this is still the stuff I hate dealing with it. These wayward queen nonsensical things. He's a 1059. He got here because he knows these lines really well. And I haven't seen this in quite a while. So I felt confident not moving my knight here just because this pawn was protected there. Let's say he trades with me, I can still take with this guy. And if he does something terrible like this, I could just take with my queen. That's not going to happen because he's over 1,000. Over 1,000 still blunders. He didn't play a perfect game, but he knows this opening. I didn't really think this knight moving here hits the queen, protects this pawn. I also thought that was pretty inevitable. So it didn't, yeah, I mean, there we go. So I thought this move made sense with the plan to fiend cut out my bishop. He pulls his queen back, and I was trying to figure out why there, thinking maybe it had something to do with this pawn. So like hippity hopping the knight in, forking stuff. I don't know. That move doesn't make any sense to me. Why did I do that? All right, so that's his inaccuracy. This is not the right idea, the computer says. Oh, that's why I wanted to put my my pawn there. I saw this attack. I was like, wow, this is so good. This destroys me. So with this, he wants to hit this. Oh, this just feels so bad looking back. Goodness. Okay. I wanted to shore up my center. Please take note. That cuts off this bishop from coming back. He takes. And he's got a plan, man. I take. I could have saved myself. Well, in multiple different ways. If I had just taken like this, that feels really bad because the king is so open. But also, this knight. Maybe I'm not that awake. This bishop can still come back if I take with this pawn instead. Easy. This is the demise of me. This is so weird. I get checkmated. And this is the move that seals the deal. This move, I didn't think about it because I'm so used to playing it. But what I did was I moved this pawn up so it's not protecting. I can't push this pawn. And all he needs to do is take. And it's a free piece. Not only that, look at this guy. And I don't want to block with my queen. No. Mate in 2. I've only got one move, I think. And it's this. That's game. This pawn. This pawn. You being out there. My terrible knight move. I could have saved it. If I just thought ahead. I would have been fine. Could have taken. I could take back. Could still castle. I could develop my knight. I could still have been playing the game. But instead, no. Shenanigans. So, anyway. I did not have great games yesterday. And that happens. So, the progress that I made, I made it up to 982. And I felt real good right about here. And that's where I should have stopped playing. I think I asked in class, hey, I've won a couple really good games in a row. Should I just quit? And I did not. I should have. So instead of being up some points, we're just back down to 973, which is overall an improvement from where I have been. And that's the point. And I feel like, too, I've learned a good amount. I've got 27 points left to go. Who knows how long it'll take me to get to 1,000. But it's a unique, exciting journey. There's so much to learn. So much to learn. Anyway, I realize every time I get to the end of a video, I want to say, anyway, thanks for watching, which I think is something that one of my favorite YouTubers does. So I'm going to try and not do that, and I will say, thank you for watching. I'm removing the anyway and not saying thanks. I don't know. It's hard to do this stuff when this isn't your career. And you're just making stuff up as you go. Band guys, hopefully things are great. Sorry the video didn't post yesterday. I don't really know what happened. I made it. It went to a different file. And when I looked to upload it, I could not find it. So I dug around in my computer for a while today. Found it. We're good to go. So, glorious, glorious day. Have some fun. I got a lot of editing to do on this video. So, this probably isn't coming out today. Enjoy. Peace. That's all I got.